1936, the Duke Ellington Band broke out this tune, written by one of his trombone players in there. Became synonymous with like the sound of world music, took you on these trips. So what we're inviting you to do is either grab your magic carpet, find a camel, take a ride on the Caravan with us. Nobody else but the Beach Boys kind of established that California sound, and there were so many great hits that came out of the Beach Boys, and Brian Wilson, just a genius at songwriting, and their harmonies and everything, and just the topics of the time about cars and the beach and surfing and everything like that, just really sets a good beach mode into your head there. So we're going to play a little Beach Boys for you and have some fun. Pixar. They got a new one out, another Toy Story 5. Interestingly, and I believe I haven't heard the soundtrack to this one yet, but so far every single Toy Story has featured "You've Got a Friend in Me" in there at some point. So that one goes through, that's the big hit, obviously, from that one. And then for the movie Cars, some of the creative team, they actually drove down Route 66 to kind of get a feel for it and get some creative ideas for what they were going to put into that movie. And my favorite is The Incredibles. If you haven't seen The Incredibles, it's a great movie. I love it. It's got a great soundtrack because it's kind of like a James Bondy kind of thing. Lots of screaming trumpets and things like that. So it's a wonderful thing. And then there's Ratatouille in there, and there's some French bistro music. And so we're gonna do a little Pixar for you. 1971, I believe it was. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. And Pure Imagination, that opening scene in there with Gene Wilder, and all of a sudden here's this glorious chocolate factory, and everybody's kind of like, oh, and Gene Wilder breaks out into this song, and this pure imagination really kind of is inspirational, makes you think about things that are, things that could be. And coincidentally, the same year, it must have been the year of Imagine, John Lennon also released Imagine. Different. They were released within months of each other. Totally different thing. There was no collaboration whatsoever. I guess they just had Imagine going on in their head in there. But both of them just became really great symbols of things that can be. So here's Pure Imagination. Those of you that have been following the band and coming to the performances, you know that I like to, as I say, throw a little culture at you. And so I put in a good, like, beefy classical piece, something that is challenging, inspirational, well-known as well in there. So Pines of Rome by Ottorino Respighi was written in 3 movements, and the last movement, the Pines of the Appian Way, which, by the way, built 2,300 years ago, still parts of it in use. They knew how to build it back then. And so it's a great thing. And what it does is it is mimicking a Roman legion returning home to Rome. And they're coming through this mist from far off, and the first thing you hear is just the footsteps coming, and then gradually they begin to appear, and they come, and he wrote in there parts for a buccini, which is a circular trumpet. It actually looks like a little skinny sousaphone in there, and also for pipe organ. And to really gather the feel of this in the original score, he wrote a low B flat on the pipe organ on a 32-foot long pipe. Boom. He wanted literally the room to shake in there. And as this thing goes, it's what some people call a tectonic crescendo. So it starts really almost from nothing, and then just builds and builds and builds, and as the legions get closer and closer and closer, it becomes more ominous until it becomes very acoustically cacophonous. There's a lot of words for you, huh? I think I slipped on a dictionary last night or something. And so that one, so you'll feel this, and that's what we want you to feel, is get this mental image of just out of the mist with these pine-lined waves, as they had, and just this army coming and getting closer and closer until they're like there, and it's just terrifying. And so, prepare to be scared. exceptional piece. And they're doing such a great job with that. I have tasked them, and they always come through. I'm going to start having to give them harder stuff. I will remind you, by the way, that we are always looking for members, even if you haven't played in a long time, even if you think it's an instrument you don't have. We'll take string instruments, things like violins, cellos, whatever, jumpy. I'll put you to work. Okay? So anytime, I also give help before rehearsals for anybody who would like any. So don't feel like oh man, I'm going to go in here, I'm going to drown. Just come in, get with me, and I'll get you through it. Yeah. I'm going to get my notes because I don't forget, because this is important. Before we do our final offering, this will be our final offering for you all this afternoon. Again, I want to thank you all so much for coming. I want to also introduce one of our other newest members. Can somebody give us a taste of our newest member back there? That big, yeah. Give us some of that. That is our newest member to the percussion section, and that is through the kind donations of you all. We use it to purchase new instruments, music, things like that. So that's our new baby. We've wanted one of those for a while, and we got us a doozy back there. I also wanted to recognize a few people here, my soloists who have done things, and my narrator for this evening. Would you please stand? Everybody who had solos, narration, Jane. Try and make it a comforting environment so they don't freak out when I say, hey, I need you to do something, because they know I'm going to put them to something. But they've done such a wonderful job with that. They always step up and they do their thing. Again, the donations go to the concert band. We also have a jazz band, for those who haven't heard. We have a wonderful jazz band, and we have a flute choir. So those donations go throughout all of our organizations to help us with anything that we might need. And tonight, the Malaguena should be instantly recognizable once we get into this thing. This Malaguena is it's just so popular and well known. It's just played everywhere. It's been through jazz bands play it, marching bands play it, country bands play it, flamenco bands play it. Everybody plays this thing. It's been around for a while, and it is just such a wonderful, fiery piece. And I thought it'd be fitting for us to go out with a little flamenco. So, again, we thank you all so much for coming here and joining us for this afternoon. And to my wonderful people back here, I thank you so much for helping us out and doing all the crazy things that I asked you to do. So thank you. They haven't put me in the jacket that ties in the back yet, but it might be coming. But again, thank you all so much for being here this evening, and we're going to give you some Malaguena.
I know it's a little distracting. So if you'd like to follow our page and see where we're at, come and join us again, please. Thank you all very much.
All right.
Show you what Good job, Bob.